here again, and I'm here to do a book review over Landline by Rainbow Rowell. And so I finished this book last month, actually, so it's been a little while, and just something that I wanted to talk about since it's a fairly new novel. And so once again, Rainbow Rowell has put out a great novel. This one's actually more a little outside of the YA genre. I mean, kind of. It's not too bad. There's a little bit more of adult content. It's more of an adult premise since it follows a married woman, and that's not usually a YA thing because it's usually first love and everything's new and exciting. But this is very real marriage issues that come up, very real issues that kind of are spoken throughout the novel. I won't give anything away, but just kind of, once again, very real things that happen between Georgie and her husband Neil. So Landline follows Georgie McCool. I know, awesome name, right? Like the name of all names. But so Georgie McCool, what she is a writer, and she is currently working on a comedy show that has been her dream, her and her counterpart's dream, that they met in college and they worked through college, and they worked for the school paper, I believe. Once again, it's been about a month since I read this book, so apologies. So while they're in college, her and her counterpart are writing and coming up with this idea. She falls in love with the comic strip writer, Neil, and they get married down the road. And, I mean, that's just really what the entire novel's about, so I'm not giving anything away. So, it kind of goes back and forth between the past and present day, and so you get to see like what made her fall in love with Neil and kind of the beginning of that. And so present day, Georgie and her counterpart, I'm forgetting his name, sorry. So Georgie and her coworker get this really huge shot on a show that they've been working on for ages. Since college they came up with it, and now they get their chance to really do that. And so Georgie just has to do this, but it's right around Christmas, and so she has to tell Neil that she cannot go to Omaha to visit Neil's family for Christmas, and Neil decides to go anyway without her, take their 2 daughters, and spend Christmas with his family without his wife. Yeah, that's really difficult. Like, I wouldn't want to be without my husband on Christmas. That would just be really weird. And so anyway, it kind of goes through. Georgie starts questioning, like, wow, he left. She wasn't expecting him to leave. She was like, wow, he left. He took the girls. I'm here in California by myself. She's not really by herself, though. Her mother lives close by, but that's a different story. But she does decide to go stay with her mother because the home is empty. You know, her family is gone, so she decides to go to her mother's home, and she decides that she wants to call Neil. And so she calls Neil and tells him and wants to talk to him and kind of talk things through, because she feels like he left really suddenly and is questioning why he left and feels like there might be an issue with their marriage. And so her mom's putting all these thoughts in her head. So she goes into her childhood bedroom, and she has this old school phone, like landline. Name of the book. Landline phone. So for those of you who do not know, a landline phone plugs into the wall, into the phone outlet. That's a little, some of you might not even know what that looks like. So yeah, it plugs into the wall, and that's how you have to use the phone. There's like a cord that goes to the main part of the phone, and you talk on the receiver. And then there's a cord. You can't walk away. You can't go into another room. Yeah. Technology has come pretty far. It's really big. It's like this big, probably. So she gets Neil, her boyfriend Neil, in the past, and a really big moment happened just before he left to go back home during that point when they're still in college and just boyfriend and girlfriend. And so they're discussing kind of that issue, and she realizes that this is her boyfriend Neil and not her husband Neil. And she's freaking out because she's Georgie, the adult and mother and really well-known writer for a comedy show, and this is boyfriend Neil, who's a comic strip writer still in college. And so it's just kind of really great because she falls in love with Neil again and realizes why she loves Neil again, and kind of is trying to fix their marriage through Neil in the past. And so I think that's really interesting. It was really fun to read about because you're going back and forth between present day and the past. And being a married woman myself, it was very relatable. I was able to kind of realize that sometimes work gets in the way. Sometimes things come up, and it's really important to prioritize relationships in your life. And that's kind of what Georgie's having to learn, and she's just really bad at that. And once again, not to give anything away, but she's basically working on fixing her marriage. And I found this book just to be really fun, and it had serious tones to it. So there were issues that came up with other characters as well that were very relevant to what's going on today. And it's very interesting to see how they deal with those situations and kind of their reaction to what's going on, and how Georgie just kind of plays out what's important in her life. And I think that's something that we all need to kind of look into. What's important in your life, because nothing else matters. Like, if you are putting something that makes you unhappy ahead of yourself, then why do that? Like, do what makes you happy. Nothing else matters. Nothing. And I just thought that that was really great that we got to watch Georgie kind of figure out what mattered to her. And so I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And the reason why I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 is because I was a little conflicted with the ending of the novel. It ended pretty abruptly, and part of me loved that. Like, I was like, oh, okay, all right, it's done, I can move on, that was great. And part of me was like, what happened? Like, I want more. Like, what? Can I just have, like, maybe one more conversation, or one more, just kind of one more sentence even about something? And so that was the only thing that I really kind of had a problem with. Once again, I really enjoyed going back and forth between, their dating relationship and what was happening at that current moment. And once again, I found this novel very relatable. And so Rainbow Rowell is just great. She does great things, and I think that anyone would enjoy her novels. While this one is about a married couple, it's really great, kind of a reminder once again just to realize that relationships are very important, and investing in those relationships is very important, and that takes work. Like, marriage is not the easiest thing in the world. You're combining your life and your passions and what you find to be important with someone else's ideas. And if they don't mesh well, then you have some thinking to do. Like, that's really important. And being a married woman and knowing that my husband and I have very similar passions and very similar ideas about what we want out of life, there are differences too. And that's what makes marriage so great, because you're combining your life with someone who makes you happy, who challenges you, and at least I hope so. And so, yeah, it was just kind of really great to see that perspective and to kind of just get a wake-up call and realize that things are important. So, once again, great novel, and just following her journey. Plus, her name's Georgie McCool. That's pretty awesome. So, yeah, but Rainbow Rowell, Landline, highly recommend it if you're interested in kind of just picking up a book that's not going to make you think too much, but also give you, it's not going to, you're not going to cry your eyes out like Fault in Our Stars or anything like that, but you're going to enjoy it, and you're rooting for Georgie, and you want her to figure everything out. And so, yeah, just kind of go on that roller coaster with her and enjoy the ride. I hope you all have a great week. Thanks so much for watching. If you're liking my videos, just comment below and let me know that you like them. If you want to do a discussion, or you want maybe a more in-depth review with maybe some spoilers or more information about the context of the novel, just comment below and let me know what you guys want to see, because I'm willing to do videos that you guys want to see. Of course, that's what I'm here for. But I really like this. It was my first Rainbow Rowell novel, and I did pick up another, so that's always a good thing. So once again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye!